Hi and welcome. My name is Alex and welcome to Yoga with Alex here on YouTube. This is going to be a Vinyasa yoga class focusing on just caring for your body, mind, and spirit. I don't know if you're like me, but my day gets really crazy. And sometimes I forget to just stop and focus on me because I have little kids, I have fur babies, and life can sometimes get really hectic. But I want to encourage you to dedicate this time and this space for you. Turn off all the electronic devices other than whatever you are using to watch this video. Set aside time for you because you are important. You'll see that I have a couple of blocks here that we'll be using for our first pose. But if you don't have blocks, you can use a bolster. And if you don't have a bolster, then go ahead and grab some pillows or a couch cushion to use for our first pose. So let's get on down on our mat and begin. So we're going to get started here, coming right on down to our yoga mat, and we're going to get started with a heart opening pose called supported fish. And if you do have a couple of blocks, I'll show you how to get into that. So we're going to start with the second level of our block, so the longest side of the block. And we're going to create a letter T here with the blocks. And then turning to face away from your blocks, extending your legs long. And if you don't have blocks, if you have the bolster, you'll have the short end of the bolster closest to you or the short end of your set pillows closest to you. So it's touching your lower back. And either way, we're going to go ahead and lower right on down. You have the blocks. You're going to take that first block here, and it's going to go in between your shoulder blades. And then from here, reaching up for the second block and bringing your head directly on top of it. Allowing your arms to rest down by your side. You have pillows underneath of you, resting your head down onto the stacked pillows. Relaxing your shoulders and allowing your body here to just melt down onto your props. With your eyes closed, just noticing your breath. Breathing in through your nose and sighing it all out. Letting go. Inhaling in. Exhale. Doing this one more time, inhaling in any positive emotions you need to feel, whether it's love, kindness, compassion. And open your mouth and sighing out all that does not serve you. Giving yourself the space here to just breathe. Giving yourself the space here to just relax and focus on you. Many times we spend our energy focusing on others to the point that we deplete all of the energy from our bodies. And maybe you've done that recently. You've spent time focusing on coworkers, focusing on your family, maybe your children, your parents. Allowing this space here to be time that you give back to yourself. Filling up your cup, unwinding, and letting go. 3 more deep breaths, breathing in. Sighing it out. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. And 1 more deep breath, inhale in. And exhale. You're going to take your time here to press your forearms into the mat to lift up. I like to grab the sides of my yoga mat here to lift, taking your blocks or your pillows, removing them from underneath. If you set them to the side, and slowly lowering back down onto your spine, just pausing here for a moment, allowing your spine to reset. Snuggle the shoulder blades under, palms can face up to the ceiling. It's a sign of being receptive to the practice today. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale. Now on your inhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest, wrapping your hands underneath of the knee here. Your right foot's going to be flexed, coming into a spinal twist. Your left hand's going to hold on to that right knee as you cross that right leg over. Your right arm will come out to the side as you melt that right shoulder down towards the floor. Maybe you send your gaze over towards that right hand. Breathing here. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. And then slowly rolling over onto your back. Right knee hugs in along with the left knee, pulling both knees in towards the chest. Both feet are flexed. And then extending your right leg long. Left knee stays hugging in. Keep the left foot flexed. The right hand coming to the left knee. Left arm out to the side. And then drawing that left leg across the body. Left shoulder stays melted to the floor. Maybe you send the gaze over towards that left hand, breathing here for 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. And then slowly rolling over onto your spine, taking both of your hands, wrap it behind the legs here, and begin to rock and roll along the spine. We're just warming up the spine now. Continuing to rock and roll. And then from here, coming into a boat pose. Engage your core, legs are extended long. Begin to reach your hands forward. Your toes can be pointed or feet flexed, whichever feels good. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And maybe you began to lean back a little bit more. Getting to feel the core begin to wobble and shake. Breathing here. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. And then slowly straighten out the legs. Feet are flexed. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, hinging forward. Seated forward fold. Reach towards the feet. Bringing the chin towards the chest. 2 deep breaths. 1 more. We're going to come to stargazer from here. On your inhale, slowly rise. You're going to bend into your right knee. Bring the right foot to the inside of that left thigh. Sit tall here. You're going to twist to the right. Bring your right hand down towards the mat. You're going to lift your hips high. Left arm comes up and over. Breathe into that left side body. You can keep your gaze down or send it straight up to the ceiling. Breathe here for 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. On your exhale, slowly lowering your hips, face forward, extend the right leg. 1 more seated fold. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach towards the feet. Maybe you get a little deeper in the bend. Chin comes to the chest. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. Inhale, slowly rise, bend into the left knee, stargazer, other side. You're going to twist to your left, bring your left hand down, lift the hips high, right arm comes up and over, pressing the right baby toe into the floor. Send your gaze up towards the ceiling or down. Breathing here. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. Now from here, be mindful of the back of your mat. That's where we're going to face. We're going to come to tabletop face in the back of the mat. So you're going to bring your right hand down to meet the left, twisting towards the back of the mat. Tabletop position. Spread the fingers wide. Your wrists are under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly to cow, gaze high. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, round into your spine, cat pose. Draw the belly button in and up. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, tuck your toes. We're pushing back to a downward facing dog. Gaze between the legs here. And add any organic movement to your down dog that feels good, or just enjoy the stillness. You can bend one knee at a time. Nod your head yes. You can wag your tail, shifting your hips side to side. Just really listening to the body and adding any intuitive movement that feels good in this moment. Just a few more deep breaths here, making sure your breath continues to be deep and slow. And then finding this stillness here, begin to send your gaze up to your hands, bend the knees, and baby step all the way into this forward fold at the top edge of your mat. On your inhale, a halfway lift, flat back, gaze is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, sweep your arms high into a half moon A. Interlock your fingers, point your fingers high, relax your shoulders down. Inhale here, exhale, hinge to the right, push your hips out to the left, finding that lovely stretch into the left side of your body. Your biceps stay right beside your face. Breathe here for 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. Inhale, slowly rise, and exhale, hinge to your left, push your hips to the right. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale to fold, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting your hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high for 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. You're going to open your hip and begin to do knee circles here in either direction. Pause where you are, reverse the direction. Returning to 3-legged dog, your hips are square to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow for mountain climber plank. Inhale, extend 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to left elbow for a twist. Inhale to 3-legged dog. One more time. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Now exhale, step that right foot in between the hands, coming into this low runner's lunge. And you're going to drop the left knee, untuck the toes. Into a lizard pose, bring your right hand inside of the right leg. Begin to walk that right foot to the right side of the mat. Really opening up the right hip, stretching the left quad. Breathing here, eyes closed. 2 more deep breaths. One more. Begin to walk that right foot back towards the center of the mat. Frame your foot with your hands. And then shifting your hips back. Extend that right leg. Your right toes point towards the ceiling as you flex your right foot into a half split. Relax the shoulders, finding the stretch here into your right hamstring. On your next inhale, shifting forward, back to low lunge. Exhale, half split, hinge back. We're going to flow like this. 2 more breaths. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half split. 1 more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale to shift forward, back to low lunge. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee. Left hand to the floor. Inhale, your right hand high for a twisted lunge. Send your gaze up to that right hand. Spread those fingers wide. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. Exhale, slowly bring that right hand down to frame the right foot, stepping back to your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Baby step or big step forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale to rise, sweep your arms. Half moon A, interlock the fingers. Exhale, hinge right. Inhale to center. Exhale, hinge left. Inhale to center. Exhale, you fold, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Doing the other side. Inhale, your left leg is high for 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. 1 more time. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. And exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Into lizard, dropping your right foot, untuck the right toes. Left hand inside of left leg. You're shifting your hips forward, finding that stretch here into that right quad and the left hip. You can walk your left foot to the long side of the mat. If you have even more flexibility than I, maybe you bring your forearms down to the mat. Just closing your eyes, relax your shoulders, and deepen your breath. Two more deep breaths. One more. Slowly walking that left foot back to the center of the mat as you frame the foot with your hands, coming into that half split. Begin to hinge your hips back, straightening out the left leg. Flex your left foot. Shoulders stay relaxed, hinging over the left leg. You're finding that stretch here into the left hamstring. Breathe. And on your next inhale, shifting forward. We're going to flow like that. Exhale, hinge, half split. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale to hinge. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, you hinge. Inhale, shift forward. Staying here into that low lunge. Tuck your right toes. Lift the right knee. Right hand directly under the shoulder. Left hand reaches high for a twisted lunge. 2 more deep breaths. One more. Inhale here. Then exhale, bring that left hand down, stepping your left foot back into downward facing dog. On your inhale, shifting forward onto your high plank, shoulders stacked over wrist. Breathing here, engage your core. Press those fingertips into the floor. You're pressing the earth away from you. Then from here, option to lower down into chaturanga or drop the knees. Slowly lowering down onto the belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale into baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, pushing back onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Inhale, reach your right hand high, thread the needle. Exhale, dropping your right shoulder down, followed by the right cheek. Extending your left arm forward onto the top of the mat, keeping your hips square. Option to stay here or extend that left leg behind you, tucking your left toes. Option to stay here or engaging your core. Maybe you begin to lift that left leg parallel to the earth. Just playing with your balance here. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. And on your exhale, bending into the left knee, dropping it back down. Inhale, slowly pressing back up into tabletop position. Same thing, other side. Inhale, reach high, left hand. Exhale, thread the needle. Dropping the left shoulder, followed by the left cheek. Hips are square to the mat. Extend your right hand forward. You may stay here or extend that right leg back. Toes can be tucked, or maybe you'll lift the right leg parallel to the earth, keeping your right foot flexed. Just noticing if you're wobbly, noticing your thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts will say, oh no, I'm going to fall. Okay, that's fine. But just trusting yourself and challenging yourself. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. And on your exhale, bend into the right knee, bring it back down. Inhale, pressing back up to tabletop position. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. We're going to add on to our sequence. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, step it through, low runners lunge. Inhale, twisted lunge. Exhale, horizon lunge. Inhale, twisted lunge. And exhale, low lunge. Keeping your left heel lifted off of the mat, coming into that high lunge. On your inhale, slowly rise, sweeping your arms up in line with your ears. Bending into that right knee, making sure it doesn't go past the right ankle. Your hips stay square to the top of the mat. Spread those fingers nice and wide. On your next exhale, begin to hinge forward, reaching your hands back behind you. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, hinge. Inhale to rise into warrior 2. Exhale, drop that left heel down. Bend into the right knee, gaze to that right middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. 1 more time. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, shifting forward, high plank, hold it here. Shoulders over wrist, breathe. Inhale. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. On your exhale, chaturanga or lower down. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, lower. Tucking your toes, pushing back, downward facing dog. Same thing other side. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. 1 more time. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, twisted lunge. Exhale, horizon. Inhale, twisted. Exhale, low lunge, facing forward. Right heel stays high. Inhale, rise into high lunge. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, high lunge into warrior two. Exhale, turn your hips to the long side of your mat, gazing to that left middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two. One more time. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here or taking a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale to child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat. Pausing here to just breathe. To relax. To let go. We do a lot of movement. We go and we go and we go. All day long we go. Our society is all about going and doing. But what about pausing? What's so wrong with just pausing and just breathing and just being? What's so wrong with just taking a break? Just enjoying this break right here. 2 more deep breaths. One more. On your inhale, begin to shift forward into your tabletop position. And from here, begin to walk your hands back towards your knees as you come into a kneeling position, also called diamond pose. Sitting up nice and tall here, we're going to come into a camel pose. So relax your shoulders down and bring your hands onto your lap to begin. On your inhale, begin to slowly rise onto your legs. Notice your knees, making sure they're directly under your hips. About a fist distance apart between your knees here as you rise. Now from here, if you've never done camel pose before, I want you to really listen to your lower back. This is not going to be feeling good on your lower back, then I want to encourage you to come back into your diamond pose and just focus on your breathing. So you're going to take your hands, bring it onto your lower back. I like to have my fingers pointed down towards the floor. And from here, we're going to sit up nice and tall. So your crown of your head's reaching up high towards the ceiling. Shoulders stay relaxed. And I want you to imagine that there is a string that's tugging on your heart, pulling your chest forward. So inhale here, and exhale, begin to shine your heart forward as you lean back. And maybe you send your gaze up towards the ceiling. If you can go further, maybe one hand reaches down towards the heel. Maybe both hands can reach down towards the heel. Breathing here. Two more deep breaths. One more. And on your inhale, slowly lead with your heart, coming back up. Exhale, bringing your glutes down to meet the heels, bringing your knees back to touch, hands in your lap. Close your eyes, allowing your spine to reset. Two more deep breaths. One more. Coming on down into the glutes, extend your legs out in front of you as you cross the legs into a crisscross Sukhasana pose. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, twist to the right, bring your left hand to your right knee. Right fingertips press into the floor. Inhale, sit taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, come back to center, reach high. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand, left knee. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, come back to center, reaching high. Exhale, hinging forward, legs stay crossed, hands plant down, chin towards the chest. Breathing into the inner thighs, 2 more deep breaths. One more. Beginning to shift forward here onto hands and knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Coming into a pigeon pose. Inhale your right leg high, 3-legged. Exhale, begin to shift forward, almost like a plank. Bending into the right knee, crossing that right leg in front of you. And your left leg extends long behind you. Making sure that your left ankle is in line with your left hip. Now your palms may stay planted onto the floor, trying to melt that right hip down towards the floor, finding the stretch into your left quad and right hip. Now option here, you may come down into the forearms, or maybe you stack your hands and can rest your forehead onto your hands. Relaxing your shoulders. Keep your right foot flexed to protect your right knee. Deepen your breath. With your eyes closed, just imagining yourself just shutting yourself off from this crazy world. Shutting yourself off from all that overstimulates you. And we like to think that overstimulation is just something that children go through. But it really is something that all human beings go through. We just tend to think of it in terms of our children getting overstimulated. And so they act out. They get anxious, they get irritated easily, and they start acting out. But it's also the case for us. And the thing that often overstimulates us the most has to do with our eyes when we surround ourselves with too much stuff. So if we have our television on in the background, but we have our cell phone out and we're scrolling through social media, then we're looking at watching the TV, but then we have all these other things surrounding us, like the laundry and the floor that we're looking at, like, oh, when are we going to get this done? Doesn't feel like it's never going to get done. Dishes in the sink and all the things we see bombards us with these messages of, I have to do more. I have to fill my time with more stuff, more and more and more. And then we get depleted of energy, overwhelmed, and it's no wonder we get anxious or irritated because we haven't taken the opportunity to just stop and pause and close our eyes and just breathe, shutting ourselves off from all of the stimulation. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 more. And slowly pressing your hands into the mat. We're going to come out of this pose. Tuck your left toes to lift that left knee off the mat. Lift the hips and press that right leg back into downward facing dog. And from here, it may feel good to bend 1 knee at a time. It's really loosening up the right leg. You shake the hips side to side, wagging your tail. And then we're going to come into that pigeon pose on the other side. So inhale, left leg, 3-legged dog. And exhale, pigeon pose. Cross the left leg in front. Extend your right leg long behind you. Remember, hands can stay on the floor or forearms. Even if you have your pillows still with you, you can place the pillows down in front of you to rest your forehead down. But again, going back to closing your eyes, so you can just tune into your body. Cut yourself off from all of that stimulation and just breathe. And just relax. Just settling here. Two more deep breaths. And one more. Slowly press your hands into the mat. Tuck your right toes as you lift that right knee. We're going to lift the hips and left foot meets the right in downward facing dog. On your inhale, you're going to shift forward onto your high plank. This is the last high plank of class. Fingers press into the mat. And you're going to slowly lower yourself down onto your belly. Bringing your forehead down to the mat and your arms by your side. Your palms are going to face down to the floor. Coming into the locust pose. On your inhale, lift your head, arms, and your legs, pressing your hips into the floor, keeping your gaze down directly under your nose onto the mat. Now, maybe you stay here. You can bend into the knees, and your hands can grab the outside of your feet for bow pose. Slowly pressing the feet into the hands, lifting a little higher, no matter where you are, locust or bow. Breathing here for two more deep breaths. And one more. And on your exhale, releasing, lowering down, bringing your right cheek to the mat. And just relax. Two more deep breaths. One more. No fancy way to get onto our back other than rolling over, using either hand to press into the mat to roll over onto your spine. Sometimes we have fancy ways as teachers to get you from one side to the other, but for today I'm just like, nope, just roll over on your back from here. So from here onto your back. Let me fix my bun right quick. So from here, extending your legs long. Inhale, reach your arms up and over, full body stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Rocking side to side, massaging your lower back onto the floor. And then finding your happy baby, big toes. And then finding your happy baby, grabbing the big toes, pulling the knees in towards the armpits. I encourage you to find stillness in your happy baby. Embracing this stillness. Fighting the urge to just move. You're really settling in. Letting yourself do nothing and letting that be enough. Slowly releasing from happy baby, extending your legs long. Arms by your side. Snuggling your shoulder blades under. Just noticing your body. Noticing your breath. With your eyes closed. Letting yourself rest here. Not worrying about what you need to do. You will get those things done in time. And it may not always be in the time that you want them to get done, but it will get done. Not worrying right now in this moment about deadlines and the to-do list. Not worrying about clutter that may be in the house. Not worrying right now about the things that you could have done or the things that you need to do. Not worrying about the things that you left unsaid or the things that you said that you wish that you could take back. All of that has come and gone, and you can't change that. Just letting yourself be right here, right now. How you respond in this moment when your body needs you to focus on your body is all that you can control right now. So listen to your body, mind, and spirit asking you to focus on you. Listen and respond as you allow yourself to rest here in your Shavasana. Bringing small movements to your fingers and toes. Slowly awakening the body from its rest. Inhale, reach your arms up and over, full body stretch. And exhale, hug the knees in. Give yourself a hug. Thank yourself for showing up for you on your mat. And then take your time to gently roll over to either side as you slowly rise into a comfortable seated position on your mat. Sitting up nice and tall, hands in your lap. Rolling your shoulders up, back, and down. Keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to your heart space. Palms touch. Deepening your breath. As we do 2 cleansing breaths together, and exhale all of the stress that weighs you down. Inhale deeply. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. May you have peace in body, mind, and spirit. Namaste. I want to thank you for joining me for this yoga session. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Yoga with Alex here on YouTube so you can help me to grow my channel and we reach a wider audience. You can follow me on Instagram at Alex Bogart Yoga, TikTok at Alex Bogart Yoga, and Facebook Yoga with Alex. And on there you can see the in-person classes that I will be hosting here in Charleston, South Carolina, both in the library for children and at a local coffee shop in Moncks Corner called Essentials Coffee for some outdoor yoga sessions for adults. I can't wait to meet you in person, hopefully sometime soon. But if not, continue to follow me here on YouTube so you can be guided through more yin and vinyasa and power yoga sessions. Don't forget to go out into the world and be the change that you want to see. Namaste, my friends.